there is now a college course in the UK that will teach you about the rise to fame for KSI. Interesting?
I mean, when I first heard this, I was like, this is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard of.
Yeah.
Who would take a course on like KSI? But knowing that it's a course on like using KSI as an example of influencer marketing and success, I kind of like, okay.
So I have ended the poll, and the options have shown up. So there was some shenanigans going on.
Oh,
so
there were shenanigans.
With 85%, we get none. Influencers are a blight. That's
fraud,
number
election
one
fraud.
choice here. With
You all lied.
With 4% tied, Livy Dunn and the 4% for all three of them. 4% for Livy Dunn, 4% for the Paul brothers, and 4% for KSI, tied for second place.
Hey,
Yeah, those
that doesn't add to 100.
Nope, those percentages don't line up. It could be point something percent, and it just rounds up.
Yeah, maybe.
We had this happen recently. So, but overwhelmingly,
they don't have to be like 4.9%.
Yeah,
Like,
overwhelmingly, we know that people say that they don't want any college courses on influencers because influencers are a blight on society. But the A-level student studying media in the UK posted this in their subreddit, which says it's an interesting product in terms of genre because it will let you figure out how he rose to fame, how he diversified his content. And all that says to me, it's just a very, very kind of clever business course on something that's just modern business, which is that influencers is just another career pathway you can take now. It's just a very, very difficult one.
It's, I mean, I suppose it's difficult to get to the point where
I think the barrier of entry is harder because a lot of you have to find your own type of charisma. You have to figure out how your personality can work.
Okay,
for you,
not everybody. Not everybody can do it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Barrier to entry.
No. But I just want to bring it up. It's not college. It's A levels, which are like their cumulative exams in Britain.
Okay.
So it appears this is not necessarily just for like a college. This might be like. This is an exam.
All of them have to learn.
This is an exam textbook.
I'm
for
picturing like
all British students.
I'm picturing like they used to have it on the Beatles, and they finally scrapped it and gotten rid of it.
That is if I understand A levels correctly.
Ringo.
But like I get it, but on the other like, and I just don't understand how this is necessarily. It's worse now that I know it's for all students because I don't know how this applies to the majority of people. Like what if you're a media studies major? Sure. If you're a digital marketing major, sure. Entertainment field, sure. You know the Kanye thing where it's he's like, I like the Gaga. I listen to some of her music.
What the hell does she know about cameras?
That's how I feel looking at this.
Yes.
Like, why does a math student need to know about KSI?
My favorite part about that is how wild-eyed his eyes are when he says that. He goes, I like Gaga, and his eyes are super wide. He's like, but what the hell does she know about cameras? That's my favorite.
Like Gaga. I listen to some music.
So look,
if you can market the product, you can sell the product.
Look, it's clever to point. It's fair to point out that it is important to learn in any career what is going to be the path forward for longevity, right? Like you can't, like, if you go into a career, if we're supposed to take this at face value and say like, look, I want a career as an influencer, then one of the first questions you have to ask for yourself is not just how am I going to find success, but how am I going to keep it? Because the internet is fleeting. The internet passes you by very, very quickly. You are irrelevant very, very fast if you don't work hard to stay relevant. Look at the Paul brothers. They didn't stay on the internet. They branched out and they've moved far beyond just things involving social media or any type of YouTube. Both of them are, whether it's boxing, whether it's WWE, whether it's crypto scams, all the, was that one of them or both of them that had the Bitcoin or the crypto scam?
I think it was only one of them. It's whichever one has the Prime energy drink now.
Yeah.
With KSI.
Yeah, I think that's Jake.
I think so.
I'm not, I get them screwed up. I get them mixed up all the time. But yeah, so it's an interesting product with genre. It says that KSI has been clever in anticipating internet trends of the past decade, and it challenged its students to identify what makes his content so personal and authentic. That's hard, too.
Yeah.
It is very hard to let the walls down and find an authentic way to present yourself online. Like, I don't think people actually realize how much work actually goes in for a lot of those people into making authentic content on a regular basis. Like some of my favorite, I have a couple of normie content creators that I follow that I love because it reminds me that the whole world isn't doom, gloom, and culture war. One of them is a singer named Sheena Melwani, who she's got kids, she's married, and I love it because she's not a feminist, but she's very much just a modern woman, but through the lens of a woman who wanted kids from a young age and had a family. The feminist, the little things about her that come out off as feminist feel almost more authentic because she's not saying that men are the problem or that men are evil. But most of her content isn't like that. Most of her content is done to make you laugh. But then you realize, like, you have to learn to be that good at looking authentic. Like, it's her and her husband playing pranks on each other. I don't know if you've ever tried to film a prank with someone. It's not like you just set the phone down and go. Yeah. It doesn't work that way. And you have to do it each and every day a lot of the time, especially if it's social media. Like, you don't get a day off. You have to have stuff coming out every day, most of the time. On most platforms, the algorithm will forget you quickly.
Yeah, which is, I mean, the fact that creators are slaves to algorithms is really, really frustrating. And it does nothing to foster creative quality content at all. Yeah. In fact, it's probably why there are so many people that seem to put out like the same content and why trends become so quickly. It's almost like you have to adopt them because, well, it's free content. You know, if someone's doing the ice bucket challenge, you got to put a video up today. Wow. I mean, you don't have anything great to do. Well, might as well just jump in the ice, do the ice bucket challenge, and there you go.
That would have been less annoying if it wasn't supposedly for ALS.
I'm not specifically talking about the ice bucket challenge. I'm talking about how easy the fact that the drive for creating content creates a drive for mediocre or bad content.
And the other thing is, it's a lot of why so many TikTokers fail to make the leap to YouTube. It's a totally different beast. You're sitting on TikTok. You can make a TikTok video every day that's 15 seconds long, and it's going to cost you 5 minutes of your time. I know. I used to make 12 of them a day. Yeah. And then a day. I made videos that I actually had to research for. Now I make a TikTok every few days, and I spend 70 hours a week on YouTube and Twitch. Yeah. Like, that's, but a lot of people, they don't, their talent is in the brevity of the video. Yeah. So their talent is in conforming to the trend and making the trend interesting. It's not in creating their own interesting stuff. And you see a lot of people who never made that jump. People who have millions and millions and let me tell you, those people, if they were able to successfully move to YouTube, would not need managers and endorsements and brand deals. Yeah. They would be making buckets of money every few seconds. Yeah. But because they're not long form content creators, they fail. Yeah. And a lot of them also, like, they're these content creator houses and stuff that TikTok created. Yeah. Like, what was that?
I like the old people one. That one's great. Yeah. Like, have you seen that one? Yeah. Of the old folks home content creators? Yeah. It's it's elderly content creators. It's freaking great. Like, that's it's I don't know if it's wholesome. I do get the vibe sometimes that it's like I'm picturing some like 20-something Gen Z guy going like, "Hey, old man, get up and dance." Yeah. Like that's what I picture as like the worst part. Like in 20 years we're going to get like the behind the scenes story about the elderly content house. Yeah. And it's just like a bunch of Gen Z kids being like, "Hey, grandpa, get the hell up and do the shuffle." And like, that's scary.
Yeah,
but
I
in
wouldn't
general,
like that.
Yeah. So it says the textbook uses KSI as a demonstration of differences between traditional celebrities and influencers, saying instead of attracting fans with their beauty and luxurious lifestyles, influencers rely on two main qualities: authenticity and relatability. Some of them even pivot into like they've got money now. And so, like the Paul brothers have the money, they get the lifestyle.
It's much easier to make content on a regular basis when you are not finding financial challenges in addition to the creative challenges.
And but also when you have things that normal people are seeking, or like that people inherently find interesting, like travel, like luxury Instagram pages do huge numbers because people are interested in it because it's not their life. Yeah. right? So people want to see what, a snapshot of life they're not living a lot of the time. And then you get the weird channels with the people who like it's like how to accumulate wealth, and it's like modern this and it's a bunch of red
the
pill
alpha
advice.
male dudes.
Yeah.
I mean, I see it myself because like when we're on tour, I can come up with stuff to put up on
It's interesting.
Instagram every day.
Yep.
Because it's a
Very
different
easy.
location, different places. There's a bunch of people around, etc. Otherwise, like I'm alone the vast majority of the time. Like I'm really a solitary kind of person.
Me too.
So it's not really all that interesting to watch my day-to-day life because I'm hanging out by myself, reading or looking at something on the internet or maybe playing video games or going to the gym. And because I'm not a fitness guy, it's not like I have like compelling, where I'm going to show people workouts or whatever. It's like, so coming up with content, if you're not that kind of person is a challenge in and of itself.
Also, being personal and authentic when you're a traditional celebrity is very, very difficult because people smell bullshit from a mile away.
Yeah.
In fact, that tends to, at least in my opinion, people that don't have that bug for celebrity worship, they see celebrities attempting to relate to you and me.
It's the how do you do fellow kids meme.
And it turns them off to it. Like my favorite thing has been last year was like Gwyneth Paltrow looking really, really unapproachable and hoity-toity. I'm like, this is great. She's rich. I have nothing in common with her. She shouldn't be looking to relate to me. What the hell does Gwyneth Paltrow understand about my life? I don't understand anything about her life.
I mean, I don't know anything about Gwyneth Paltrow's life at all. I do find her extremely attractive. I don't know why, honestly. I mean, she's
Hold on.
She's pretty, but
okay.
I said extremely attractive. I didn't put a number on her. Don't go and tell me
No,
that.
but I need to know
Brie Larson or Gwyneth Paltrow?
exactly.
Gwyneth Paltrow at Brie Larson's age, probably Gwyneth Paltrow.
All right.
Yeah, Gwyneth Paltrow. Because
Fair modification.
Because there is a difference between young and pretty.
True.
A lot of women are pretty when they're young because they're young, and as they get older, they get less attractive because they're not pretty. If you're actually pretty when you're young, then you'll continue to be pretty as you get older.
Yeah.
And
also,
I was not pretty when I was young.
I was kind of pretty when I was young.
there you go.
It feels like I was gorgeous.
He's like, I hate to admit it, but I was gorgeous.
No,
when I was young.
I mean, I was a little, a little femme looking because I never acted like femmy, but I had kind of delicate features. I was kind of pretty. So.
Yep. And for me, like the stuff I post is always skating content because that's what I do. That's interesting when I go out and skate. I post that stuff because that's actually me endeavoring to create something when I go out to do it. So it is what it is. But that's not the same thing as being a content creator whose goal it is to actually relate to people and build a following that way. It's just a subculture that has unique aspects. So I don't know. Take the KSI course and learn something, I say. It's better than the Harry Styles course, I'll tell you that.
I don't think there's a problem with a KSI course at all.
No.
I think if you're interested in media, that's a good idea.
Thanks for watching. Listen to full episodes of Pop Culture Crisis on Spotify.
Keep up with us on social media and make sure you subscribe and ring that bell so you never miss the show. Bye, guys.